Hi everyone, good morning. Am I audible to all of you? Can you please confirm in the chat? Yeah, good morning. Good morning, all of you. I hope you are doing well, guys. Yes, hi Vasant, hi Krishna, good morning. So, how was your New Year, guys? So, you had enough holiday, right? And again, we are continuing with our MLOps course, okay? The course we have started. Yeah, hi Shivani, good morning. Yeah, so guys, what we have decided actually uh, some of the, let's say, lecture would be live on the YouTube as well. Okay. uh, so I think in YouTube also this session is going live. So those who are joining from YouTube, guys, welcome to the MLOps course, the course we have started. And if you missed out actually like a previous session, like we have covered actually so many topics here. So you can go to the courses, MLOps Master courses, okay, and there you can enroll for. Hello from aliens. Yeah, hello from and from my side, hello. Okay. Can I get access all the courses available on Euron using Euron Plus? Yes, Akash, you can access all the courses. Okay. Uh, Not only courses, even everything you can access, like Euron Assistant. Okay, everything. Hi Kapish, alien is telling we are watching you. ठीक है भाई, देख लो. Just send one spaceship, okay? I want to go there. Why does it say demo class? Because this is the first time, I mean, our MLOps class is conducting on the YouTube channel. That's why, Franklin. Okay. So those who are joining from YouTube, so this is the first time for them, this MLOps lecture. Because previously we have covered so many topic. If you're from the batch, I think you already know. So let me show you. So I'll share my screen. Just a minute, guys. Uh, I'm planning to apply for ML engineers and data scientist role starting from March. And what are the top skills required to secure a high paying scale package such as above? Okay. See, if you are applying for like ML engineer or data scientist role, see for ML engineer role, I will suggest try to complete till ML part at least and try to learn the ML ops. Okay. And if you want to apply for the data scientist, then you also need actually deep learning skill. Like you should know computer vision, NLP, Gen AI. Okay, these are the technology as well. Then after that you can start applying. Okay, so let me share my screen, guys. I'll present my screen, just a minute. Yeah, so let me know, guys, if you can see my screen. Is it visible to all of you? Yeah. Okay, so if you go to the Uron like website, guys, so this is the course. Okay, MLOps Masters. So this course is live. Okay, this is the live course we have started, and the course started from 7 December 2024. Okay, 7 December this course was started. And so many topics we have covered so far. I think till ML flow we have covered. Even one lecture I took for the Docker. Okay, we saw the Docker introduction, why Docker is needed. We saw some Docker basics command. Okay, so today we'll start from the Docker only, because I told you we'll be learning like how we can create our custom image, and that image how we can push to the Docker hub, and how we can pull it from the Docker hub. Okay, so each and everything we'll try to discuss today. In MLOps Master, all the basics to advanced is covered, like basics Docker, it's advanced level. Yeah, see, if I'm talking about actually Docker, Kubernetes, okay, so these are like very big topic. So see, whenever you are working in the ML field, okay, so you don't need to learn actually Docker entirely. Only you just need to learn, let's say, how to make the containerization of your application. Okay, fine. Because Docker comes from actually software industry. So with the help of Docker, with the help of Kubernetes, we can perform so many operations. But we are not going to learn all of them. So whatever things are required for our ML ops, okay, we'll only focus on that part, Akash. Okay. Hmm. Otherwise, only Docker you can like do 3 to 4 month courses. Okay, it is possible. How much duration it will cover to complete the MLOps Masters course? I think we have started on December. I think one more month is required to complete this course. Okay. Even if you're not like, let's say, interested attending in live session, so recording version is also available. Let me show you. If you go to the home section, so here is the self-placed course, and here is the MLOps Mastery. Okay. This is the recording course. So it's around 14 hours of recording. Even some of the content actually still I'm recording. Okay. It should be updated soon, like SageMaker part, then Grafana part. Okay, then some of the project will try to update soon in this particular recording course. You can check it out. But if you're interested joining live session, that time you can check our live session. Okay, so here is the live session. mm, MLOps Masters. Okay, and the course timing you can see Saturday Sunday 11 am IST to 1 p.m. IST. Okay, yeah. So we had actually New Year break. So after break, actually today is the first session, and today we'll try to see the Docker. Okay, because previously I given you the introduction of the Docker. We saw some basics command, we saw the setups and everything. Now today we'll try to see the custom image. Okay, how to create build a custom image. We'll try to see everything. So are you ready, all of you? Can I start? Let me know. Give me a quick confirmation, guys. Can I start with the session? And guys, if you want to actually get all the courses, what you can do, you can take the Uran Plus subscription, all of you. It's only 2,999 rupees. Okay, so 1 year you can access all of the services from the Uran site. All right, so let's start with our Docker discussion. So this is the PPT, guys, I created, I think, remember. So I already given you the introduction of the Docker. like uh, like actually we saw like what is Docker exactly and how to set up the Docker, why it is required. Okay, the entire introduction part we already saw. Even we saw like the different commands we can use, okay, for the Docker. So that means I think this part we have already learned, right? So let's say there is an image in the registry hub, how to pull the image, okay, and how to run as a container. So this part we have learned, yes or no? So those who have attended this MLOps course, I think they already know. Okay, this part we have already covered. Then I told you we'll be also learning how we can create our custom image. Okay, how we can create our custom image and how we can push it to the registry hub, and from there how we can pull and how we can execute as a container. Okay, this part we'll try to learn. Which industries or domains should I target to maximize my chances for landing a high paying jobs as a fresher ML engineer, data scientist? First of all, see, apply everywhere. Okay, because if you're completely fresher, so initially actually it would be a little bit difficult for you to crack, okay, in a good company. So but at then just try to apply. Okay, apply at least 3 to 4 company, or let's say 5 companies, and try to wait for the call. Okay, like that. But you should have also your interest. Actually, first of all, try to see the company's environment. Okay, like what is the company's, let's say, I mean, working environment. Just try to research, then try to apply. Okay, so now we'll try to see, let's say, I have one application. Okay, I have one application, and how we can create the Docker file. First of all, after creating the Docker file, we'll try to create a image. Okay, that means we'll try to containerize our entire application, and we'll try to push this image to the registry hub. That means Docker hub in this case we'll try to use. And from there, actually what we'll do, we'll try to pull the image and we'll try to run as a container. Okay, this is what we're gonna perform today. Okay, for this let's create one basics application first of all. So what I will do, I will open up my folder. So here actually I'm doing all of the coding, I think you remember. So here what I will do, I will just try to create a folder. uh let's say I'll just name it as docker. Okay, docker demo. Hmm. Now inside that I'm going to open up my terminal, and let's load my open my Visual Code Studio also. So as of now, we don't have any application, guys. So I'm thinking to show you one advanced ML pipeline. I think if time allows, I will show you today. Otherwise, I'll show you tomorrow. Okay, we'll try to build one machine learning project, basic machine learning project with the end-to-end pipeline, and there we'll try to add the Docker later on. But as of now, I'll just create a basics application. Okay, just to show you how things works. So here we'll try to create a calculator application. Okay, so we'll create a basics HTML and CSS template. That means we'll be having a web application. Their user can pass two numbers and they can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication. Okay, these are the operation. This application will get upgrade. Right. All right. So first of all, what we usually do, guys, first of all will be creating the environment. Okay, so let's create a readme file here. Readme.md. Inside that I'm going to mention all of the commands you need to create the environment. So these are the commands you need. First of all, you have to create one environment with the help of Python 3.11. You can use any Python version, it's up to you. Then you have to activate the environment. Then you have to install all the requirements. Okay, so let's create a file. I'm going to name it as requirement.txt. uh, okay, so requirement.txt. Okay, this is the file. Inside that, let's mention all the requirement package I need. So guys, see, these are the package I need to create this project. Like I need the Flask, and to install the Flask you also need some dependency, okay, which we are also installing. Now let me save, and I think I have the environment. Let me check. If I don't have, I'll try to create. So conda env list. So test environment, I think I already have. Yeah, so test is already there. So let me activate. But for you, you just need to create, guys. First of all, execute this command, create the environment, then try to install the requirements. I think it's 3.11. Let me check. Yeah, 3.11. Okay, so now let me do the exit operation. And here, let's install all the requirements I need. So for me, I already installed the requirement. That's why it's telling requirement is satisfied for me. But for you, it may take some time. Okay. Just a minute. So I think huh. And all the material I will share. No need to worry. Okay. Now next thing, let's create a Python file. Okay. First of all, let's try to see how we can create the application. So here I will just create a file called calculator.py, and let's build a basics calculator application. Okay. So here what I will do, I'll just write a Python class. I'll name it as calculator. Inside that, I'm going to take a constructor, and here I will take two numbers, self num1, and I'll take the number from the user, and I will try to convert it to the integer. You can also convert it to the float. Okay, if you want, you can also do it. So here I'll just write enter the first number, and I will also take the second number, enter the second number. Okay, then once I have taken, what I will do, I'll just try to create a method called add. Okay, inside that I'll perform the addition operation. So here I'll take the results variable and I'll just do the addition operation number 1 and number 2. After that, let me show the results in the console. So return, or I can store in a variables called result. So it is result. So let's take a f string. So here I'll just write like that. So the sum of number 1 and number 2 is, okay, the result. Okay, the result actually we are taking after doing the addition operation. Then I'll print in the console, print the result. That's it. So this is my addition method. Now let's create the subtraction one. I'll name it as subtract. Subtract. Okay, subtract. Here I will do the subtract operation, and here I'm going to write subtract. That's it. Now let's do it for the multiplication. I'll name it as multiply. Okay, so here I'll do the multiplication, and let me write multiply. Then let's do it for the division as well. Divide. You can also upgrade if you want. You can also take, let's say, multiple number. As of now I'm considering 2 number. You can also take multiple number. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, division. Yeah. So once it is done, now let's initialize my class. So is equal to calculator. Then after that, we'll try to call all the method one by one. I'll call the add method. Then I will call subtraction method. Then I will call multiply method. Then I will also call division method. Okay. Now let's try to test whether it's working or not. So let's execute the application. I will open up my terminal. Clear. So Python calculator.py. Enter the first number. Let's give 45. Second number, I'll give 44. Now you can see the sum of 45 and 44 is, this is the result. Okay, 89. Subtraction, multiplication, and division. That means everything is working fine. Okay, so this is our simple calculator application we have developed. Okay, now let's try to convert this application in a web app. Okay, in a web app representation, I'll try to convert it. So for this, what I will do, we'll try to create a app file here, app.py. And to create the app, we'll be using Flask because we already installed the Flask. I think you remember. Okay, Flask is a web framework. And to use Flask, actually, you need 2 folders. One is static, and another is templates. Okay. Inside sorry, I created inside the static folder. So let me just copy, guys. Just a minute. It should be outside. Yeah. Now I think it's fine. Now inside template, you have to create the HTML file, the HTML page you want to render. So let's create 2 file, index.html, and I'll create another one called result.html. It will show the results. Results.html. Okay, and inside static, I'll keep css file. So main.css, and I'll create another file called style.css. Style.css. Okay, yeah, these two files. Now let me first of all write the HTML code. So see, if you search like in the chat GPT or anywhere, like there is another website called Bootstrap. So this will also give you the HTML and CSS template, okay, if you want. So there are actually different examples. From there you can copy the HTML and CSS code. So see, this is not your concern. There would be a front-end developer, so they will be creating the application for you. Okay, as a data scientist, you have to like only work on the main part, your model part. Okay, so you don't need to worry about the front end and web app. So this is not your task. So what I've done with the help of the chat GPT, I have generated a simple HTML code. Okay, so this is the landing page actually I have created. Okay, you can see this is the landing page. So here it has one actually page, and it has one input form. Okay, in the input form you can pass your number, and you can select whether you want to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, or divide operation. Okay, and for this you need some a css code as well to beautify that particular page. So this is the css, very basic css, guys. Okay, see, only like what would be the margin, what would be the like with what would be the height, okay, what would be the, let's say, text size. Okay, so these are the thing you have to mention here. Then apart from that, you also need to give some style. So this is the style, that means the background color, okay, text color, everything you will mention inside that. Okay, that's it. Now let me launch the page and let me show you how this page will look like. For this, let's write our app.py. So first of all, let's import Flask. So from Flask import Flask. Then I need render template. Then I need request. Okay, then I also need JSONify. JSONify. Okay. Hmm. Then after that, I will initialize my Flask app. Okay. Then let's get route, app.route. Okay. So this is my default route. So I have to give the slash only. Okay. And method should be get and post. Method should be get and post. Okay. And this is for to render home page. Home page. That's it. Just give me a minute, guys. Yeah, sorry. So I hope, guys, you are getting this implementation. Let me know. Are you feeling difficult? So that's why I'm showing you line by line. Okay. Is it request that you need to have the knowledge on Flask? See, if you have basics knowledge, it will help you. See, at least you can create some demo application, okay, for your client, or let's say for your manager. Okay. Fine. Okay. Uh, if you can hear some background music, guys, I'm extremely sorry, because there is an actually marriage event is going on, okay, beside my house. So extremely sorry for that. Can you hear some background music, guys? Let me know. Is it coming? Actually, although I'm using NVIDIA broadcast and good microphone, but still I think if there any background. Okay, so maybe some background music is there. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, fine. So now let's complete this route. So what I will do, here let's render our home page. So def, I'll name this function as home page. Home, um, home page. Okay, and inside that I'm going to render my index.html, the HTML page we have created. Okay, so return render template. Inside that you have to mention the file. So this is the file I want to render. I'll copy the name. Okay, so what happens, this render template will automatically look for this template folder, and inside that it will load this index.html page. Okay, for me, that's it. Now if you want to check, so you can start your app. So again I'll just write if underscore underscore name main. Okay, inside that I will run my app. Now you can also define the host and port number. So let's give the host number as localhost. So host, I will name it as localhost. So you can give like that, 0, okay, dot 0 dot 0 dot 0. So this is called actually localhost. Okay, now you can also give the port number. Port I will give 8080. Okay, now let's execute my app. So let me save, and I'll open up my terminal, and now I'll python app.py. Now it's running. I will open up my browser, search for localhost 8080. See guys, this is the basics actually template we have created, guys. Okay, if you can see that. Fine. Okay, now here user can select like they want to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, okay, or division, and here they can give the number. Now let's create this functionality. Okay, after giving the number, if I click on the calculate button, so it will perform the operation. Okay, so for this let's create another route here. So I already created the route, let me show you. So this is the route I created. So this is the route, guys, you can see. Okay, so here the route name is math. Okay, that means whenever you will click on the calculate, okay, calculate button, so what will happen, it will hit the math route. So if you go to the HTML, so here is the route, guys, I have mentioned. So see, this is my button na? So here is the calculate button. So whenever you will click on the button, it will hit the action slash math. Okay, and slash math will hit in the route, and it will perform this particular operation. Now you can see, first of all, I'm checking whether it's a post request or not. After that, I'm extracting the user information, like what kinds of operation they are selecting, what is the number they are giving. So this is what actually I'm extracting with the help of request.form, and here I'm storing all of them. Then I'm checking if operation is equal to add. Okay, I'm doing the addition operation, I'm rendering. Operation is subtraction. Okay, I'm doing the subtraction. If it is multiplication, I'm doing the multiplication. If it is division, I'm doing the division. Okay, then at the end I'm rendering my result.html page. Okay, now let's create the result.html page. So inside that you have to mention some HTML code. So this is the, okay, result page. So here it will only take the number, that means the number actually you are returning, and it will show. That's it. Okay, now let me save, and now let me show you how the things will work. So this application is running, I guess. Now I'll go to the website, I'll refresh. Now let's select the addition. I'll give number 22 and 22. If I calculate, I'll see, guys, this is what you are getting. Okay, that is our application. Yeah, Alien is asking what does Docker play role in this. I'll tell you. Okay, that is what actually we are learning. So first of all, we develop an application. Now I'll add the Docker in this. Okay. Hmm. And the same thing we'll be doing for our machine learning project also. So as of now, we don't have any machine learning project. That's why I showed you this calculator application. But going forward, I will try to create our ML pipeline as well. Okay, ML application as well. MLDL, whatever application we'll create, we'll try to use the Docker here. Now see, my application is running fine. Okay, and this is running in my local system. Okay, it is running in my local system. For me, it is running completely fine. There is no error. Now there is a possibility if I share you this application. Okay, if I share with you with, application with you, there is a possibility you may face some issue. Okay, during okay during actually what during installation of the all the package. Okay, is it possible? Tell me, guys, because my system configuration, your system configuration might be different. Yes or no? Let me know, guys. I think in my Docker introduction session I already told you. Nah, is it possible? Let's say I'm using Windows machine, you are using Mac machine, or let's say Linux machine. So definitely there is a possibility you will end up with an setup issue, because here you can see I'm installing different version of the package. So some of the version is let's say it's not compatible with your system. Okay, so there is a possibility you will end up with an issue. What is the difference between ML application and normal application? See, this is the normal application. Here we are not using any machine learning model. Okay, here we are not using any machine learning model. But going forward, okay, after this implementation, we'll be learning advanced ML pipeline. There will be using machine learning. Okay, machine learning will try to create the machine learning application. Will be using the data. With the help of data, we'll try to do the pre-processing EDA. We'll train the model and we'll create the web application. Okay, and that is what actually your machine learning application. And this is what a very simple application, because here we are using Flask to create the web app. That's it. And we're doing some like basic operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and so on. Got it? Hmm. And my YouTube channel also, I think I started a community series on MLOps Foundation. So here is the playlist, guys. So you can also check it out. Okay, but I will suggest you can check this course, because in the course I have covered everything in depth. This MLOps Masters. Fine. Now we'll try to add the Docker. That means we'll try to dockerize the entire application, so that okay, this application can execute anywhere, whether in your system, whether it is in AWS cloud, GCP cloud, Azure cloud, okay, Alibaba cloud, anywhere. Okay, anywhere you can execute this application without facing any kinds of setup issue. Okay, and this is what actually we'll be learning, and this is called containerization. That means we'll try to execute the application in a container form. Okay, but to run it you should only have the Docker install in your system. See, I already showed you how to install the Docker desktop if you're using Windows machine. Okay, and if you're using Linux machine or Mac machine, how to do it. Okay, I already showed you in my previous session. Even I already showed you how to install on the like AWS cloud as well. Okay, yeah. So now let's try to add the Docker functionality with my application. Okay, so for this, what you have to do, guys, you need a Docker file. I think you remember in my introductory session I told you, to create my custom image I need a Docker file, and this Docker file will contain all the commands to assemble an image. Okay, that means I have to create a Docker image first of all if I want to run as a container. And to create the image I need a Docker file. So let's create the Docker file first of all inside my application. So let's create a Docker file. I'll just name it as Docker file. See, the name should be like that. Okay, otherwise it won't be working. See, D should be capital and all the characters should be in lower. Okay, this is called Docker file. Now inside that I have to mention some Docker commands. Okay, this is called Docker commands. Now I think you remember I showed you one image here. That's how one Docker file looks like. Okay, that's how one Docker file looks like. At the very first time you have to take one base image. Okay, like what kinds of environment you want to run. Okay, what kinds of environment you want to run your application. Now tell me, guys, which environment we are using. We are using C++, Python, Java, or what? Tell me, guys. The application we are running right now, this calculator app, in which environment it is running? C++, Java, Python, or what? Tell me. So please reply quickly. Please push the code along with the yeah, I'll push the code. Let me complete this Docker file. I'll share with you, Ganesh. Python, right? Or else let me check whether it is available over my GitHub or not. Let me check, guys, just a minute. MLOps Foundation, then when do we see? Okay, so Docker is not there. So let me push the Docker code as well. Just a minute. Okay, first of all, let me complete the Docker file, then I will push it. Okay. Yeah. So first of all, you have to take one Python base image. Okay. You have to take one Python base image. Now, where you can get the base image, guys? In the Docker Hub. I already told you about the Docker Hub, right? Docker Hub. Docker Hub is a registry hub. That means here all kinds of Docker images are available. Okay. Now I'm looking for, let's say, Python environment. Okay, Python. You can simply search for Python. All kinds of Python environment you can see. Okay, with all the specific version and everything. Okay, see all the version it has. Okay. Now, how to get this particular image? So first of all, you have to create one account in the Docker Hub. I already have the account. Let me sign in. But if you don't have the account, guys, you have to first of all create one account here. I'll give the password. Okay. So see, these are the images I already created previously. That's why it's showing. But for you, it would be completely empty. Okay, in your repository section. I'll tell you how to push your own repository as well. Okay. So first of all, you have to take one base image of the Python. So this is the image we are going to use. Just a minute. Okay. Now see guys, here we're using one image called Python 3.11. Why? Because I think you remember we also installed Python 3.11 here. Okay, Python 3.11. That's why we're taking one Python 3.11 Slim Buster image. Okay. Why Slim Buster? Because in this image actually lots of setup would be already there. Okay. So you don't need to do like additional configuration. So that's why we're using this image. And this image is also available in the Docker Hub. You can search over the Google and it is available in the Docker Hub. See, this is the image we are using. Python 3.1 Slim Buster image, and to pull it you have to use this command. So from Python 3.11 Slim Buster. Okay, that means whenever you will execute the Docker command, it will automatically pull this image, okay, from the Docker Hub itself. Okay, now the second thing you need, let me show you. So let me close this at the app. Okay, here I think, yeah. Now the second thing, you have to create the working directory. Okay, so let's create the working directory. Now that's how we can create the working directory. Now you can ask me why working directory is required, because see what happens whenever you will be building your custom image, Docker has to, okay, follow one folder, and in that folder you your code should present. Okay, that means what we are doing, we are creating a working directory called /app. Okay, so in the runtime it will create a folder called /app, and in the /app it will copy all of your source code. Okay, all of your source code, it will be copy inside this app folder, and this app folder would be, okay, your main folders which your Docker will refer, try to create the image. Okay, now let's copy the code. To copy, this is the command. Okay, copy dot means whatever things you have in your project working directory, you want to copy everything in the app folder. Okay, so these are the Linux command actually you can talk about. Now you have to install the requirement at the very first, because we also did the same thing. Now after creating the environment, we install the requirement, so we also need to install the environment in the Docker. Okay, so see, run pip install -r requirement.txt. That means all the requirement would be installed. Okay, after that what you have to do, you have to expose the port. Like here you are using the port number, I think you remember it is running on port number 8080. So that is what you have to also mention, like my application would be running in the port number 8080, and this is called expose. Okay, port expose. Now finally we'll be running our endpoint, which is nothing but app.py, and this is the command. Okay, command python comma app.py, and this commands is, okay, same for all the Python Docker file you'll be writing, okay, going forward. Whatever project will be implementing, guys, whether it's a machine learning project, deep learning project, okay, NLP project, any kinds of project, we'll try to use these are the command only in the Docker file. That much easy Docker is. Okay. So this is what your Docker file. That's it. Now with some few commands, you can easily containerize your entire application. Okay. And you can push it to the Docker hub as well. Make sense, guys? Let me know. Till here, any question? Let me know. Anyone? Anyone having any question? Any kinds of confusion about this Docker file? You can let me know. Any kinds of confusion, guys? No, I think. Okay, great. So now let's create our custom Docker image. For this, we have to use some commands. So let me mention all the commands in the README file so that we can follow along with that. So these are the command we have to execute. Previous command also I'll mention whatever command we executed previously. So I think remember we tested one hello world image. Okay, we used Docker pull command to pull the image from the Docker hub. Then we run it. Then we saw what is Docker ps command, psa command. Okay, rm means if you want to remove any, let's say, container, if you want to remove any image. Okay, so this is the command. So this is the command we already export in my previous session. Now this is what you have to follow for the custom image creation. First of all, we have to build a custom image. Okay, that means we have to containerize. Okay, we have to dockerize our entire application, and this is the command, docker build command you have to execute. Docker build, you are giving -t, that means you are tagging the application, and this is the name you are tagging. Okay, and see the name you are giving, it should have the Docker hub username. See, if you go to the Docker hub, if you have the account, click on the account, this is the username. Okay, you have to give this particular username. So this is the username I have given, entbappi / you have to give them application name. Okay, now in this case, let's say I want to name by application my uh my, let's say, calculator, or I can write flask calculator or flask cal app. Okay, flask calculator application, this is the name. You can give any name as per your let's say um I mean requirement. Okay, let's say you are implementing one project called US visa prediction. That time you can give US visa. Okay, app. That's how you can give. Now you can tag the like application, like it's a old application or it's a latest application. So as of now, we are creating the latest actually application. That's why we are giving the latest tag. Okay, because if you go to any kinds of image now, let's say if I go to the export section, if I open any image, let's say I'm opening TensorFlow image. See, all the images having latest tag, base images. See, latest tag. Okay, latest. So whatever image they have proposed now, see, this is the newest. Newest means this is the latest one. And if you go to the oldest one, you can also see the oldest one. Okay, oldest one will have the version tag. Okay, but latest one will always will have the latest tag. This is the difference only. Okay, can you please share old videos link in the description? uh See, Docker introduction session, I will upload this video tonight. Okay, tonight I will upload in my YouTube channel. I think in this playlist, this Docker introduction session is not there, but I'll try to upload. But this class is available over the Udon portal. Okay, in this course, if you go to the courses, you will see that. So this step of Docker file is what called image, right? No, this is called Docker file. Now with the help of this Docker file, we'll try to create the image. Okay. See, this is called image. because this image is present in the Docker Hub. This is what image. And what is image? I already told you. It's a software configuration, right? At the end, you are making the image of your entire application, and you are hosting in the Docker Hub. This is called image. Docker file, yeah, contains some instruction to build an image. Okay. Hmm. Fine. So my Docker file is ready now. Let's build the image. Okay. So first of all, let's change the name everywhere. Hmm. So first of all, I will build the image. Okay. To build the image, uh, what I will do, I will use this command. Okay. Docker build command. Always remember, guys, these three command you need always to build any kinds of custom image. Okay. Docker build -t, your username of your Docker Hub, and the application name and the latest tag. Okay. And dot means you want to so see, dot means that means your Docker will look for this particular Docker file in your project working directory. Okay. This is called your current working directory, because here is your Docker file is present. Okay. That's why I will copy. Now see, if I open up my Docker desktop, initially there is no image present. You can see this is completely empty. Okay. Now if I execute this command, you will see that your image would be built up. Now let me stop the execution. I will clear. Now let's execute this command. Okay. Now see the magic, guys. So it will build the entire Docker image by following all the instruction in the Docker file. See, now it is building. So it will take some time based on your application size. Now see, it is installing all the requirement. That means it is following step by step execution. Okay. Step by step execution. Now see, your image has been built. So it was done quickly because my application is very simple and the application size is also very low. Okay. But going forward, we'll be creating the big application. We'll have the like model and all that time. It may take some time. Now, if I open up my Docker desktop, you will see that this image has created, guys. Can you see? This image has created. Okay. ENT Bapi / flask cal app latest. Okay. This image has created. Okay. Like your hello world image. Okay. So this is we have created. Fine. Now see, there is no container. That means we are not executing this particular image. So now let's execute the image and let me test, okay, whether it's working or not. So for this, I'm going to use this command, docker run -p 8080, okay, ent bapi flask app latest. That means what I'm doing, I'm telling I want to run the application. Which application? Which image? The image actually I have built up right now. Okay, this one. And this image runs on a port. I think you remember this image runs on a port number 8080. Okay, so to run it, I have to do the port mapping. Okay, I have to do the port mapping, and /p means you have to do the port mapping. Why you want to do the port mapping? Port number 8080 to port number 8080. Okay, that means I want to execute my application on the port number 8080 only. Let's say you want to run on port number 5000. That time you can give 5000 here. Okay, so this is called port mapping. Now let me show you. I'll copy this command and let me execute. See, now your application is running. You can see the container. Now if I go to the container, see one container is running. Okay, now if you want to check your application, what you can do, you can go to your browser, search localhost port number 8080, see your application is running. Now you can test. I'll give two number 2222, calculate. See, 44 I'm getting. Okay, now this application is running on the Docker environment, guys. Okay, not in my local system. Okay, it is running as a container. Okay, now if you have Docker installed in your system, you can easily execute this application, okay, in your system. So what you only need to do, you just only need to build this Docker image and run it. That's it. But if you don't want that, okay, for this I also have another, okay, technique. What I will do, I will push this image to my Docker Hub, and from there you can pull and you can execute. Okay, that is what I will also show you. That means if I show you the image now, so here we have created this part. This part we have created. That means we have created a Docker file image, and my application is running as a container. Now we'll push this image to the registry hub. That means in the Docker Hub, so that anyone can pull this image and they can execute in their system. Okay, that is what we will try to do right now. But one issue you will see that, let's say if I, okay, if I let's say take another terminal, and if I do docker ps, now see one container is running fine. Okay, now see if I stop the container, okay, if I stop my application, now again if I do the docker psc, your container has also stopped. Now if you go to your application, if you refresh, see, this application won't be running because you have already stopped the terminal. But I don't want that. I want my application would be running if I'm closing my terminal also. But how to do it? For this, you have to execute your application in a detached mode. Okay. So for this, you have to give this /d command. The same command, only you have to provide the /d command. This is called detached mode. Okay. Now let me show you one other example. I'll copy, and here I will execute my application again. So here I can execute in a detached mode. Sorry. So I'll copy the command. Yeah. Now it is running on detached mode. See, it has executed and it has ended, but still my application is running. Let me show you. If I do docker ps, see, my application is running. Now if I go to the browser, if I refresh, see, it is running. If I give the number 13, 3, calculate, see, it is running. Although I have closed my terminal, still my application is running. See, this is called detached mode. Okay, got it. Now if I open up my container, see, another container has created. From here also you can stop the container. Okay, it is also possible. Even you can also delete. And how to delete from the terminal? So this is the command I already showed you previously. So first of all, you have to remove the container, then you have to remove the image. Now let's stop the container. So I'll stop, and after that I'll try to delete all the container I've created. Okay, yeah, so this is the image actually I have. Got it, guys? How to execute? Now let's push this image to the Docker Hub. Okay, I'll push this image to the Docker Hub so that anyone can use my app. Okay, so for this, first of all, I have to do the Docker login operation. I'll open up my terminal. I'll do the Docker login. Now it will authenticate with your Docker Hub. If you already sign up, it will do the login success. Okay, but if you don't sign up, it will pop up on screen. There you have to select your account. Okay, that's it. Now I'll push the image. To push the image, again you have to use the same tag, guys. Okay, same tag everywhere you have to use, because with this tag actually you have created the image. Okay, this image is present. So let's push the image. Docker push this image. I want to push to the Docker Hub. Now see, this image is not present. Flask app, it is not present inside my Docker Hub. Let me show you. So Docker Hub repository, calculator image I don't have. Okay, Flask calculator image I don't have. Okay, now if I push it, you will see the my image. Let me show you. I'll copy. Let's push. See, now it is pushing. See, it is pushing. Okay, and it's around 9 MB. Done. Now if I go to my Docker Hub and if I refresh, see, Flask calculator hub has been pushed. Okay, less than a minute ago, and it is publicly available. Now anyone can use my, okay, this particular image, and they can execute in their system. Let me show you. And this is the command, docker pull, sorry, public view. This is the command, docker pull. You have to only do. Okay, let me show you. So what I will do, I will open it up, and I'll delete all of my container and image. Okay, I'll delete this image. Now see, there is no image. So what I will do, I'll pull my image right now. Copy this command, and I will pull it. Docker pull my image. Done. Now if I go to the image, now see, this image has been pulled. Now let me execute the image. So this is the command. I'll execute in a detached mode. It's running. Now go to the browser. Search for localhost port number 8080. Application is running. Now let's give the number. See, it's working fine. Okay. Now anyone can access my, let's say, this image. Okay, let me show you. So what I can do, I can copy the name. I can open the incognito window. I'll go to the Docker Hub. Here you can search. See, this is the image. Now I'm sharing with all of you. Let me know, guys, if you can See my image, all of you. Is it visible? Let me share in the chat also. Let me know. Is it visible? Now you can pull the image and you can execute at least. Tell me. And I'm sharing you the command with you. Just a minute. Uh, all the code I have to share with you. So what I can do, I can make a zip file and I can share it with you. Just a minute, guys. Docker demo. I'm sharing in the dashboard at the first time. So those who are attending from that dashboard, I think you can see Docker demo zip file I have shared. And those who are watching from YouTube, so for them, what I can do, I can upload in my uh, GitHub. Okay, now this Docker zip file is available. Now I'm sharing the link. You can access all of it. I hope you got it, all of you. Now tell me, guys. Now, did you understand this architecture? How exactly Docker works and how we can use it, and how we can create our own image? Okay, how we can containerize our own application. Now, this application you can execute anywhere, anywhere. Okay, any platform, AWS, GCP. Okay, Linux, Mac, anywhere you can execute without facing any kinds of error. And this is what we have to do. Okay, we have to run our application as a container in the production environment always. This is recommended. Okay, and that's why MLOps comes into picture. Okay, any question, anyone? Yeah, thank you, Alien. Now next we'll try to create our own machine learning project. Okay, and there we'll try to integrate the Docker and we'll try to see the deployment. Okay, CI/CD deployment we'll try to do. Okay, fine. So now next what I will do, guys, let me see. Next thing I'll try to create a, yeah, you can rewatch again, because what happens sometimes in the live session you are not getting everything. If you're rewatching that, so things would be more clear. And if you feel any issue, you can let me know. Okay, now let's create a machine learning, okay, project, okay, with a advanced pipeline. So for this, I'm going to open up my folder. Here I can just write end to end, or it would be better if I can create a GitHub repo. That would be fine. I'll name it as end to end, okay, machine learning pipeline. Let's make it as public repo. Add readme file. Git ignore wise I'll take Python. License wise I'll take MIT. And let's create the repo. Okay. Now let me share the link with you also. So whatever code I'm going to write, I'm going to commit here. So this is the link. And I'm also sharing in the dashboard chat also. Okay. So now let me clone the repository at the very first. I already discussed about the Git and GitHub guys, how it works. So I'm not going to repeat again. I'm going to first of all close everything. This application also I'll try to close. Whatever you have done, it's now DevOps, right? See, Docker actually it is the concept of DevOps. Okay. So this is the tools of DevOps, but people use in the MLOps also. So everywhere you have to do the containerization at the end, whether it's ML application, whether it's any kinds of normal application also. Okay. But we also learned some MLOps tool also, like you remember MLflow, DBC. Okay. Hmm. So we can't exactly say it. We are doing the DevOps. You can say we are doing the MLOps here. So here I'm going to open up my terminal. Now let me clone the repo. So git clone, paste the link. Now I'll go inside cd to end machine learning pipeline. Okay, now I'm inside this folder. Now here let's open up my Visual Code Studio. Just a minute. So see that template I'm going to show you today. It's not possible to show you everything in today. Tomorrow I also need. That means the machine learning pipeline will be tried to develop. Okay, this template will use, okay, in inside our entire development, because this template I usually prefer a lot. If you see any of my implementation over my YouTube channel or anywhere, I usually follow this template. Okay, that's why I'm showing you this template also. Okay, I think remember previously we created a basic template, na, that ML template using DVC. So we created a basics like data ingestion, data validation. That's how we created basics one. But now we'll try to create the advanced one with the modular coding. Okay, we'll try to learn everything, like how to do the project setup, how to create the template, how to write all the pipeline step by step, how to do the configuration, all the thing we'll try to learn. And if you understand one implementation, rest of the implementation you can easily understand, even you can also do it. And I will suggest try to follow this template, all of you. So this template might be familiar with so many people. Okay, those who are attending my session from very beginning, they already know how I usually write the template. Okay, they already know about this template. But if you're joining for the first time, so you can, okay, give your attention, full attention here guys. Okay, because I told you I will start from very basics, then I will go till advanced part. So first of all, I also need to take care the basics part for my basics student. Okay, then I will go to the advanced part also for my advanced student. Okay, so those who are already familiar with this template, you can watch it, but those who are not familiar with, you can practice with me. Okay, because this is the foundation. Okay, if you don't understand, I mean going forward, whatever DL project will try to develop, you'll not getting that. Okay, that's why first of all try to see the template. Okay, fine. So at the very first time guys, what I have to do, I have to do the environment setup. I already told you initially, whenever you are starting with any development, you have to do the environment setup. But before that, let's try to understand the problem statement we'll be solving here. So for this, I have one PPT. Just let me open it up. Just a minute. Just a minute, guys. I had one. Now, what I can do, I can show the problem statement. I think that would be fine. So, are you familiar with this problem statement, guys? Wine quality prediction. Anyone? Are you familiar with this data? Wine quality data. So, this is the data is available over the Kaggle. Okay. So here you have some features. Okay. Based on that, you have to predict the quality of the wine. So what are the features you have? You have fixed acidity, volatile acidity, citric acid, okay, then sugar level, okay, then see, based on that you have to predict the quality of the wine, okay, the quality of the wine. This is the data. You can see all the column, okay, and this is your output column. So score should be 0 to 10, okay, between 10 you have to predict the quality of the wine. Now can anybody tell me whether it's a classification problem statement or it's a regression problem statement? It's a quality. You can see it's a quality. Quality is a continuous data or it's a categorical data. Any idea? Let me know. Classification. Okay. No, see, it's not exactly classification. It's a, I mean, regression problem statement, because you can see we have to predict the quality 0 to 10. It might be anything. Let's say 1.5, 1.2, 5.6, 5.9, any number can be. But the number range should be 0 to 10. Now tell me, it's a regression or classification? I think you are getting my point now. So let me draw. My number range should be 0 to 10. But number might be anything. Let's say 1.5, 2.5, 5.5, 8.5. Okay. It's a quality range. Quality range. Now tell me, it's a continuous data or it's a categorical data? Tell me. Yes. Now I think you got it. Why we, I mean, use the regression here, right? Hmm. So I'm expecting you will already know how to identify regression classification. This is the basics of machine learning. Maybe you have learned. Now here we are more focusing on the development sector. Okay, and this is the data, guys. So the dataset link I'm sharing in the chat to all of you. Wine quality data. You can download the data. Yeah. So Shivani Sumit Yari. It's a regression problem statement, right? I get confused with that a lot. Now I think you are clear, right, Alien? Why we call it as a regression? When we'll call it as a classification? Let's say whenever you have the class, it's a first class, it's a second class, okay, it's a third class, like that. This is called class, but it's a continuous number. Nah, that's why we call it as a regression problem statement, and this is called classification problem statement. So this is what we'll try to develop. Now see, you can ask me why in quality data, why not any other data? Because I feel like this data is familiar to all of you, whether you are very new to the data science or whether you are expert in data science. All of are already use this data in their development. Yes or no? So those who have worked in the data science domain, they use the wine quality data in their development. That's why I'm picking up this data, because I'm expecting people are familiar with this data. Okay. Later on, whenever we'll create like more project, we'll try to use some other data also. But at the end, my implementation process will remain same. Only you have to change the data. That's it. Okay. Here, my main intention is to show you how to create the advanced pipeline, advanced ML pipeline. Here, my intention is not to show you how we can, okay, create a best model out of it. Because best model you can create, you know better than me. Because so far you are doing machine learning. So far you are doing EDA, feature engineering. You are training the model on the Jupyter notebook. But when it comes to the development, end-to-end development, you face difficulty. Okay. So whatever things you usually perform so far, feature engineering, then EDA, you can do the same thing. But just try to learn how we can convert this Jupyter notebook implementation to the end-to-end pipeline. That is my intention, and how we can integrate MLOps tool with that. Okay, how we can automate the entire process. This is what I want to show you. That's why I'm not going to train a good model. Instead that I'm going to create a efficient ML pipeline. Okay, and your task would be to increase the model performance, because you know better than me. Trust me guys, I'm not that much, I mean, not that much good on machine learning. Okay, personally I'm from deep learning background. I know deep learning very well, but machine learning actually, I know basics of machine learning, but again, if you tell me just try to improve the model, I won't be able to do it. Okay, like you. So there are so many methods you can apply, so many feature engineering you can apply to get the best model out of it. Okay, maybe we have learned, we have standardization, normalization, outlier removers. Okay, then you have also, let's say, missing value handling. You have learned or not, guys? Tell me. These are the feature engineering. Have you learned? I see. I also learned, but I didn't. I don't have the practice, because mostly I work in the deep learning domain, computer vision, NLP, then generative AI. Okay, so I work in this field a lot. But machine learning I also learned. See, I learned completely machine learning, but uh, I mean, it was like very long back. Okay, so I have to revise that concept again. That's what I'm telling you. Fine. Yeah. But if you give me any application, I can develop. Okay, I have that much of knowledge. I can develop. But if you ask me like theoretical concept, like tell me about the linear regression and its mathematics behind it. Okay, that part I forget. Okay, because I learned long back. I have to revise, then I can tell you. But if you ask me anything in deep learning, I can tell you, because I mean, I'm regular basis. I'm working on deep learning field. Okay, even this is my preferred field a lot. I love deep learning. Okay, instead of machine learning. This is your interest. Someone will be preferring machine learning. Someone will be preferring deep learning. It's your interest. Okay, my interest in it is in deep learning. Yeah, fine. Okay, so now I think guys, you got it. This wine quality problem statement we'll try to solve. Hmm. So first of all, what we have to do, we have to understand any kinds of problem statement before starting the project development. So as of now, we already know what is the problem statement and what we have to predict here. So project understanding wise, I think you guys are clear. Okay, now let's do the setup of our environment. Okay, so how to set up? So first of all, I have to create the environment. I think you remember how to create the environment. So first of all, let me write all the steps. uh, hmm. So these are the steps we usually follow. First of all, we have to clone the repository. Okay, which repository? The repository I have created. This one, not this one, I think. Yeah, this one. I'll copy, and here I'll try to mention it. After that, you have to create one environment called ML project. So let me check whether I have the environment or not. So conda env list ml project, it is not there, I think. No, it's not there. So let's create a environment. So I'll copy this command. I'm using 3.8. Okay, you can use any environment, it's up to you. Okay, I'm using 3.8. So let me create it. Okay, I learned Python from your playlist. Great expression, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Psych. Do you have deep learning videos from basics? What are the prerequisite to learn the deep learning? See, deep learning course, I'm thinking to start on the Udon platform. Okay, soon actually deep learning I will also start. Okay, but I have started a computer vision. Okay, computer vision from beginning. And for deep learning, prerequisite should be Python and basics of machine learning. Okay, so Brajit, if you know Python and basics of machine learning, you can start with deep learning. Okay. Great. Fine. Okay, so I have created my environment. Now let me activate the environment. So this is the command. Now I have to install the requirement. So let's create a file here. See what I can do instead of creating the file here. I can create a project template. Okay, so I'll create a file called template.py. Now here I'm going to write some logic. This will create the entire project template for you. All the requirement file, app.py, then data ingestion, data validation, all the file would be created in just one shot instead of creating manually by clicking the folder. Okay, it's just a one-time effort, and rest of the time you can execute and create it. Hello, sir. It's only lecture for demo or whole playlist of MLOps. Going forward, actually, all the classes would be live over the YouTube also. Okay, Asuki. Yeah. Okay, so now let's write the template file, guys. So I usually follow one template uh, for my project. Let me show you. So first of all, I need to import some library. So these are the library I need. So I think you are already familiar with these are the library, guys. So operating system, path, okay, login, and this is the log string. So what is logging? I think you already learned in the Python. So if I want to log any information in the terminal or let's say in a file, I can use the login in Python. Okay, and this is the format. First of all, it will take the a time information and it will take the log message. Okay. Now at the very first time, I will create a project root folder. Okay, project root folder. So the root folder name is ML project because this is a machine learning project. Okay, in case you can give any name. Let's say we are creating a US visa approval prediction project. That time you can give US visa project. Okay, here I'm creating a machine learning project. That's why I'm giving ML project. I can also give wine project. Okay, it's up to me. Now I have to mention list of the files and folder I want to create here. So this is the list I have created. Okay, this is the entire list I have created. So these are the folders and file I want to create inside my directory. Now you can see I have used f string and inside that I mentioned the entire path. So src should be a folder. Inside that this ml project folder would be created. Now inside that one constructor file would be there. Okay, I think I already explained what is constructor file, guys, previously I explained what is constructor file, what is setup.py file. I think remember, guys, ml pipeline using dvc. So those who have attended that session, they already know, okay, what is constructor file, what is setup.py file. I have explained each and everything there. I'm not going to repeat again. Okay, fine. So because this is going to be my folder, okay, that's why I want to consider this folder as my local package. That's why I need this constructor file. Then I want to create a component folder. Inside that I want to create a init file. That's how utils, okay, common, config, then configuration, then pipeline, entity configuration, okay, constant, config, param, schema, main, requirement.txt setup, then trials, template, okay, test, and so on. Test I don't need. So first of all, let me create the file, then you will be able to understand how it is creating the file. Okay, first of all, let me create the file with this script. So to create the file, this is what you have to execute. Very simple code, only I'm doing the for loop operation over this list. Okay, and I'm taking all the path. Okay, then from the path I'm extracting the file directory. That means this is the file directory and this is the file name. So file directory I'm keeping inside file directory, file name I'm keeping inside file name. Okay, with the help of was.path.split. Okay, how it is working, let me show you. So sorry. Hmm. Now one thing I think you can see here, I'm giving the path everywhere. Path. Okay, this particular things I'm providing in the path package. The path actually I have imported. Why I'm doing that? Okay, because there is a region we are doing in the path. How can we find what how can we find that which version of dependencies are the best for our project? Okay, see, I mean, whatever package you are using, okay, try to use at least 6 month back. Okay, 6 month back version, 6 month, or let's say 5 month, like that. Don't use the recent one, because in recent one there are some bugs, because this is the newly updated package, so there might be some issue. If you're using 6 month back, or let's say 1 year back, that time this package were stable. Okay, that's how you can, I think, get it. Okay, any of the version you can use, it's up to you. Hmm. Okay, so first of all, let me show you why path. Okay, why I'm giving this particular path inside the path environment, sorry, path package. See, the forward slash I'm using, can anybody tell me in which operating system we use the forward slash? In which operating system we are using the forward slash? Tell me. Any idea? Tell me, guys, in which operating system we use forward slash? So I think you know, in Linux and Mac. Okay, but in Windows, everywhere you will see that it uses backward slash. Can you see? It is uses backward slash. See, everywhere it is backward slash. Okay, so that's why whenever you are developing a project, you have to also take care about the operating system as well. Like, people can okay, you are telling XP, no, not XP. See, people can use this project in any operating system, whether it's a Mac, whether it's a Linux, whether it's a Windows, anywhere they can execute. But as a developer, you have to take care. Okay, so that's why here I have given the forward slash, because majority of the operating system can support forward slash. Okay, but only in Windows it is backward slash. But again, I'm running this project in the Windows machine, but here I'm using the forward slash. Okay, so definitely sometimes there is a possibility I might get some error, right? So that's why, to handle this particular path issue, I will be using this particular path library. Okay, so there is a library called pathlib import path. Now inside that, if you provide any kinds of path, it will first of all detect your operating system. Based on that, it will convert your path. Okay, let me show you one example. Let's say, first of all, I'll import, I'll activate my Python. Then here, first of all, let's import this package. So from pathlib import path. Okay, this is the package. Let's define a path. I'll give path is equal to, let's say, I have test slash test.py. Let's say this is my path. Okay, now this particular path I'm going to pass to the path function. Okay, the function I have imported. So I'm going to call the path function. Inside that, I'm going to pass my path. Now if I execute, see guys, can you see it is detecting as a Windows, converting as a Windows path? Can you see? It is converting in a Windows path. How? Because it is automatically trying to detect my operating system. Based on that, it will try to convert that part to the that operating system. Now if you're running from Linux, it will convert to the Linux. If you're running from Mac, it will convert to the Mac. That means programmatically you are handling this scenario. Okay, you are not hard coding. Programmatically you are handling, although you are giving the forward slash, but you have given in the function, that particular function will automatically take care. Okay, so this is what actually automation. Okay, this is what you are writing actually robust code. Okay, that's how your code won't be breaking in the production. you have to take care as a developer. These are the small part. Without that also I can implement the project, but what will happen, there is a possibility my code might be break, right? Yes. So that's why modular coding is super important. Okay, advanced programming is super important. Fine. Yes. So that's why we are using the path everywhere. Now, how we are extracting the file directory and file name, okay, from this entire path with the help of this os.path.split. Okay, now let me show you another example. So let's say I will import the operating system. I already have one path, I think, remember, this is the path. Now what I will do, I'll just pass it to the os.path.split, okay, here. So this path, I'll pass it here. Now if I execute, can you see it is returning an tuple? Okay, it is returning an tuple. So inside the tuple, the first one is the folder directory. Okay, that means the folder. First one is the folder, and the last one is nothing but your file. So that's why we are using path.split to extract the folder as well as the file, and we are storing in the two variable. Although it's a tuple, right? It's a tuple. But what I can do? Can I unpack the tuple? Let's say I can take two variable. Let's say A and I can take B. Okay, then what I can do, I can again call os dot path. Okay, os dot path dot split. Okay, inside that I can give the path. Now if I execute, now if I call A, inside A test would be there, inside B, sorry, it should be B, your sorry, it should be B. See, test.py is there. That's how we are doing the tuple unpacking operation. Okay, I hope you clear, right? So it's a very simple Python code, guys. At the end, I'm telling you, just try to execute from your end, everything will be able to understand. Okay, for me it's a live session, so it's not possible to write every code in the live. Okay, line by line, it will take lots of time. Okay, yeah, but I'll make you understand, okay, how things are working. Now at the very first time I'm creating the directory. So whatever directory I've extracted, I'm creating a directory with the help of os.make directories. Okay, inside that you have to give the directory. Okay, and if this directory already exists, it won't be creating, otherwise it will create. And here I'm logging the information. Once directory is creating, I'm also creating the file. That means the file you are creating inside a folder. So all the file would be also created. How to create the file? With the help of with open you can create the file. Okay, else it will show you all the file is already exist. Okay, now let me execute and let me show you the magic, guys. Now left hand side, can you see there is nothing? There is nothing right now. But if I execute this template.py, automatically all the structure would be created. See, just press enter. Now see the magic, guys. Automatically all the structure has created. Okay, now we can compare. So let's say you have created this src folder. src folder, inside that ml project, now component you have constructor, config, constant, entity, pipeline, utils, template. Okay, parameters. Okay, requirement.txt, schema.yaml, setup.py, everything has created in just one shot. Okay, I don't need to manually create from here. I'll execute this template.py file, automatically my folder structure would be created. Okay, and this folder structure will try to follow inside our every development, and no need to worry. Okay, what is config, what is constant, what is entity, I'll discuss each and everything. Okay, what is the use of that? Okay, as of now, just try to consider this is my structure, this is my modular structure for my project, end-to-end pipeline. Okay, yeah, now let's say in future you need any other file, what you can do, just come here and add the file name. Let's say test.py I want to create. Okay, test.py, save it, and again execute template.py. Now see, automatically test.py has created. Okay, this is the advantage to use the template.py. Okay, now I don't need the test.py, I'll try to remove it. Yeah, so this is where your custom actually template comes into picture. There are some Python library also, with the help of that you can also create the template, but I usually prefer this one because here you have the customization option. Okay, so now let me push the changes over my GitHub so that everyone can get the code. So git add, then git commit hyphen m, uh, folder structure added, then git push origin math. Done. Now if I go to my GitHub and refresh the page, now see guys, everything is up to date. Even all the commands, everything I shared with you, everything is up to date. Now you can refresh and you can uh, pull the changes, okay, from your end. Fine. Anyone having any questions so far? I think no. Yes, all the files are got created are empty. Okay, because now we'll be writing the code, Deepak. Okay, we just created the structure. Now we'll be writing the code in all the file, all the configuration, all the let's say pipeline will write. But before that, I have to first of all do the project setup. Okay, because I have to install requirement setup.py. Okay, everything I have to keep ready. So first of all, let's first of all add this requirement.txt. Okay, requirement.txt, like what are the requirements you need to implement the project. So here I need, these are the requirements, so let me show you. So these are the requirements I need. So notebook I don't need, notebook I already have. See, pandas, numpy, scikit-learn, matplotlib, python box, pyml, tqdm. Okay, I'll tell you, okay, why python box, why this ensure, I'll tell you. Okay, and flask, why flask? Because again I'm going to create the front end part of this application with the help of flask. Okay, and hyphen e space dot because of this setup.py I already explained in my previous video. Okay, now let me save and let's write the setup.py also. So here is the setup.py code. So here is the setup.py code, guys. Okay, so here you can use the setup tool. You can mention the repo name and author name. Okay, your src project name, your author email address, and this is the setup part. So what it will do, it will look for this constructor file every folder, and this particular folder it will install as a local package. Okay, this is the use of this setup.py. Now repo name wise, I think this is my repo name. I can copy, and here I can mention this is my author username. That means my GitHub username. SRC name is ML project. It is fine, and this is my email address. Okay. Now yeah, everything is fine. Now let me save, and now let's install the requirements. How to install? This is the command. I'll copy, and here let me install it. So it's done. Now let me clear. Now let's push the changes also. I can also push from my VS Code. Okay. See, from here you can also push. It is also possible. Done. Now if I go back, refresh, see, requirements is already added. Now you can copy, you can also install in your system. Okay. Okay, so one thing we'll try to understand why we are using these two packages, this Python box and this ensure annotation. Okay, this one we'll try to first of all understand. So for this, I'm going to open up the resource. There is a file I created, notebook file, IP/INB. Let's open it up. Trials.ipynb. I'll take some cell and let's select the kernel Python environment. And I created this environment called MLPros. Okay, this is my environment. If you want to test, you can write a print statement. Print OK. Now it should run. So if it is asking like installation, you can do the installation. It will install some required actually package for the IP/INB kernel. What is the use of research folder? Research folder, see, we use whenever we do some experiment. Okay, it's not like that we'll be directly writing the modular coding. No, before that we'll try to do some notebook experiment, Jupyter notebook experiment. If this notebook experiment is working fine, then we'll try to convert it to the modular coding. Okay, Shivani. Yes, because we are more comfortable with Jupyter notebook when it comes to the experiment and everything, right? Yeah. See, my notebook is also working fine. But before that, let's add three component, like a very important component called login, exception, and utility. I think you know login, guys, all of you. What is login exactly? Login means, let's say I want to log some information in a file. Okay, so that's why I can use login, Python login. Okay, so how to add the log? Just open the src folder, then ml folder, ml project. Inside that you can see one constructor file. Just try to open it up. Okay, here I'll mention this login. So this is the custom log I have created. Okay, so this is the login string. It will create a folder called log. Inside that it will create a file called running log. Inside that it will save all the logs. Okay, now let me show you. I'll save, and to test it, I will open up the main.py, and here let me show you one demo. Let's say first of all I'll import the login I have created. So from just a minute, from ML project. Okay, from ML project, then I want to import logger, because the name is logger. I think, yeah, it is logger. Okay, now if I do logger dot info, inside that I can give any message. Let's say welcome to just a minute, guys, give me 1 minute, just a minute. Okay, fine. So I have written a log. Now let's try to see whether it is able to save or not. So let's execute the main.py now. So Python main.py. Okay, now if I execute, now guys, you can see it is also printing the log in the terminal. Okay, and it has also created a folder. Inside that, it is saving the log. See, first of all, it is extracting the current timestamp, then the log level. Okay, info level log, then the file you are executing, that means main.py file I have executed, and this is the log message. Welcome to the ML project. Okay, that's how. So this is what we need actually. So logging will help you to debug your code in the production. Let's say, so in the production you are not going to get this kinds of terminal. So whenever any error is occurring, you have to download the log file and you have to understand that. Okay, that's why logging is important. And why we have given the ML project, because we know that in the setup.py we already install this ML project as my local package. That means whatever, okay, whatever functionality I have in the ML project folder, whether it's a component, configuration, constant, entity, okay, anything, I can import like that. Okay, that's why local package concept is required. You can also give like that, let's say from src dot ml project, it will also work, but you are not supposed to give it because we already mentioned in the setup.py. Okay, ml project should be my source repository, but it's source folder. Okay, that's why you don't need to give the like src every time. Fine. Okay, this is what our login. Now exception, I'm not going to write any custom exception because the package actually I'm going to use Python box. It has some exception functionality. Okay, so that functionality I'll try to utilize. So exception I don't need. But if you want, you can also write your own exception. It is also fine. But I'm not going to write my exception. Okay. And again, I'm telling you guys, this is not actually fixed pipeline. If you need, if you let's say have any good pipeline which you can think, you can update this pipeline. Okay, it's your, let's say, choice. So this pipeline I usually prefer for my development. You may like any other pipeline. Okay, this is your choice. Okay, then I need some utility function. Okay, in the common, in the utils folder, in the common folder, I will paste my some utility related function. So what is utility? Utility means, so the functionality you want to use frequently in your development, this is called utility function. Okay, see. So here are some utility function I have created. So here, first of all, I imported some library. Now here are some utility function, guys. The first function I have created called read YAML because I have the YAML file. If I want to read the YAML file, guys, I need to use this function. And how to read the YAML file? With the help of YAML package manager. So here is the YAML package manager. Simple code, okay? But I have written in a functional way. And I'll tell you why I'm using ensure annotation and config box. I'll tell you. I'll give the entire like discussion on this. Okay. So first, try to understand this particular function. If you give the path of the YAML file, it will return you the content. That's it. And why I've kept in the utility, because every stage I have to read the YAML file. So I don't need to write this function again and again. So what I have done, I written in the one file only, and from here I'll try to import every file whenever I need it. Okay, this is called actually utility, and this is called code usability. Okay, you are writing one module, and that module you are utilizing in a different place. Okay, I hope you clear. Now there is another function I need called create directories. Let's say if I want to create any directories, definitely I want to create a directories. Let's say I want to create artifact. Inside that I want to ingest the data, I want to validate the data, I want to train the model. Okay, to create these kinds of folder I need create directories. And again, you can see with the help of make the ways.make directories, I'm creating the folder. That's it. Then save JSON. If you want to save your metrics as a JSON, you can use this function. If you want to load any JSON file, you can use it. If you want to save any file in a binary representation, you can do it. If you want to load any file with the help of binary, you can load it. Okay. If you want to get check any size of a file, you can use this function. So this is called actually utility function. Okay, utility function, the function we usually use. Okay, frequently inside our development, which we have to write in the utility folder, in a common folder. Okay. So all the functionality I'm not going to use, but I kept just for your reference. If you need anytime, you can use it. Hmm. Now let's understand what is this ensure annotation and config box. Okay, why we're using this. So for this, I'm going to open up my trials.ipynb. And one thing I want to show you here. Let's say whenever we read any YAML file, by default, the output format should be in a dictionary format. See. So let's say this is my YAML file, test.yaml file. Let's create this file here. I'll create in the research folder only. Test.yaml file. Okay. So inside that, let's keep some content. Let's say I'll keep my name and email address. Okay, that's how we write any YAML file. Okay. Now, if I want to read this YAML file, I'll be using the YAML package. So read open YAML, and I'm loading as a safe load, and I'm printing the data. Now see, if I show you the type, by default it should be a dictionary. Okay, by default if you're loading, okay, by default if you're loading any dictionary, sorry, YAML file, the content would be in a dictionary format. Okay, in a dictionary type. Now, how to extract any dictionary value, guys? Do you know how to extract any dictionary? So let's say I want to extract the name. So what I have to do, I have to write like that, data. Then I have to give the square bracket. Inside that, I have to give the key name. Now Bapi is coming. Let's say I want to extract the email. I'll give the email like that. Okay. So here one additional thing I have to write this particular bracket symbol. Again, I have to give the quotation symbol. Then I can do it. But can I do it like that? Let's say if I write data.name in a simple way, data.name. Will it work? No. See, it will give you the error. It is telling dict object, no attribute, name. Okay. It is giving you the error. So to prevent this issue, I can use this config box. Okay, config box will help you to convert your output format in a that way. Okay, let me show you. So let's say, first of all, I will import the config box library. So that's how we can import from box.com, import config box. Okay. Now inside that, you have to pass your data. Inside config box, the data you have extracted uh, from the YAML file. Okay, I'm passing it to that. Now if I execute, now see D should be the config box type output. Again, inside that I have the dictionary, but if you see the type, like if you see the type of D right now, it's a config box type. Okay. Now if I do like that, let's say D dot name, D dot name, it will work fine. There is no error. Okay. But previously it was not working because it wasn't in a dictionary form. But now I have converted to the config box type. Now it is working. Now if I do D dot email also, it will work. Now which is more easy to call, guys? This one or this one? Definitely this one, because here I don't need to give the square bracket, double quotation and all. Easily I can call by the name. Okay, by the key name. That's it. So that's why config box is required. Okay. Now here, that's why you can see every time whenever I'm returning the YAML content, I'm returning as a config box type. Okay, you can see I'm returning as a config box type. Here I'm converting to the config box. The output I'm getting, the content I'm getting from the YAML, I'm returning as a config box. Okay, I hope you got it. So this is a like package I was exploring, and it was good. That's why I thought let's also integrate in the development. Okay, but without that also you can also do it. Okay, no issue. But this will make your task more easy. Okay, this will save your time exactly. Now let's try to understand what is this ensure annotation. Why you are giving the ensure annotation? Okay, on top of the each and every function. This is called decorator. Okay, so let's try to see this ensure annotation right now. So here again, I'll comment ensure annotation. So let's say I will create a function here. The function name is get product. It will take two number x and y, and the type of the input should be integer. Okay, and it will do the multiplication operation. Okay, now let's call the function. Inside that I'm passing two value, x is equal to 2, y is equal to 4. If I calculate, it is giving me 8. Okay, it's completely fine. But see, if I give like that, instead of giving the integer, if I'm giving the string value, okay, now can you tell me, will it work? If I'm giving the string value, will it work? Although you have defined the integer, but you are giving the string value. See, if I execute, it will still work. Okay, it will still work. And now it is doing the multiplication with integer and string. That means 4 double it is printing. Okay, so definitely will go bad because although we have defined the data type, but still it is supporting any other data type. Let's say you have created a very big application. At that time, you are getting this kinds of unexpected output. Definitely, you will go bad, right? So how to prevent this kinds of issue? With the help of ensure annotation, we can do it. So what we'll do, we'll import ensure annotation from the ensure, and on top of this function, we'll add the decorator. Just see this decorator will try to add on top of the same function. Now automatically this decorator will take care. Now if I give the integer, it is working fine. But whenever you are giving the string value, it will throw you error. See, it is telling argument y of the data type class string. Okay, it is not supported. Okay, so now you can easily understand. Okay, people are giving string type data, that's why it's not working. Okay, you have given it is only supported to the integer, not any other data type. Okay, this is why we use this particular ensure annotation. Now you can see on top of every function we have given the ensure annotation because of this particular issue. Because as an user, okay, there is a possibility people may give any other data type. Okay, or let's say as a developer, there is a possibility you might give any other data type. So that's why we have to handle this kinds of scenario, and this kinds of library will help you to do the task as automated. Okay, so these are the library also you can call as a MLOps library. Okay, they have created for developing end-to-end software. Fine. Yeah. So yes, this is all for today. So tomorrow, what we'll do, guys, we'll first of all do the entire project in the Jupyter notebook. We'll try to train the entire wine quality model in the Jupyter notebook. Then we'll try to convert it to our modular coding, that means in the pipeline form. So now let me commit the code. So here I can add, let's say, trials edit. Now if I go to the GitHub refresh, all the codes are there. Okay. Hmm. Now so far, whatever things I showed you, you can practice, and you can also give the star. You can also fork the repository. Okay, and tomorrow class we'll try to complete this particular entire implementation. Okay. Hmm. So now let me know, guys, if you have any doubt. If you have any doubt, you can let me know. And no notes for today. Yeah, I think everything we did the practical. So Docker, just try to practice the Docker I showed you. Try to create any other application that Dockerize it and try to push it to the Docker Hub. And the pipeline I'm implementing, also try to implement with me. Okay, those were starting from very new. Okay, and those who are already familiar with this template, I think you already know, okay, how to do it. Hmm. So any question, guys? Any question anyone is having, you can let me know. Otherwise, I think we can end the session. And next we'll have the generative AI session, guys. Okay, generative AI professional level LLM application development course. It would be also live on our YouTube platform. You can also join. And if you want to take this, just a minute. Yeah, if you want to take the course, you can go to the Euron. From there, you can enroll. And if you are interested, you can also take the Euron Plus subscription with only 2,999 rupees. Okay, per year. Yeah, and you can access all of the courses, whether it's a live, whether it's a recording, everything you can access. Yeah, thank you, all of you. Thank you. Thanks for joining. And always remember, consistency is the key. Please try to be consistent, try to practice. The more practice you'll be doing, the more good developer you will be becoming. Okay. So fine, guys, it's already one. I'll prepare for the next session I have. Till then, bye everyone. Take care and please join tomorrow's session. Tomorrow we'll try to complete the entire pipeline we have started. Bye everyone. Thank you.